What's up, guys? We are back for another toy haul video, and it's been a little while. Force Friday one doesn't really count because it's kind of a special event. So it's been since August, I think, that I haven't done one, and there's a bunch of stuff that not necessarily going to get reviews, but stuff that maybe I want to showcase, just sort of talk about briefly here, show you what I've been getting into that you haven't already seen. Obviously, we're in a bit of a different setting right now, so this is still the same area as the toy room, just not the toy room. So this is the toy annex, as much as my wife would not like it to be. This is where the barge lives, among other things. So we've got the barge back here. It's been infiltrated by a toddler, and there are NECA baby TMNT all over it right now. So there you go. So we've got a few things that I've kind of started review progress on a couple figures that I just haven't really gotten to yet. So we'll start with some loose stuff that I've already taken out. These are not getting reviews, these first two. So we've got Citizen V and Nighthawk from the Thanos wave. A friend of mine wanted the Thanos Build-A-Figure, but he doesn't really care about these. He doesn't care about a lot of comic figures, especially some stuff that is as lesser known as these two for the general population out there. So he gave these to me. I don't know if he wants me to pay for them or not. I guess we'll find out. So we got these two. I'm not too jazzed about them either, but it's figures. We've got a couple new Fortnite figures, and I'm probably going to do a video on these. I've been thinking about maybe changing it up a little bit and going to a situation where I've got a bunch of stuff that I maybe don't want to dedicate a full video to, but I still kind of want to chat about it. It's just to throw a bunch of stuff in front of the camera and just sort of talk about them. These might fall into that category because I don't know. But we've got a couple new Jazzware Fortnite figures. So we've got DJ Yonder, the like kind of robo donkey guy, and the Visitor. And I'm a big fan of these, honestly. I think these are really awesome figures, despite the fact that I don't care or really know anything about Fortnite, which I say every time I talk about it. These are cool figures. They move really well, and they look awesome, and they come with a bunch of weird accessories too. So, you know, this guy, like, just in general, looks kind of like a weird space guy, and I mean, what can you say about this? So we've got a robo donkey guy, and then these two are definitely getting reviews. They are next in this line anyway. So we've got the DC Collectibles, the Donatello and the Batgirl set. So I've finished up the Raphael and Robin set, and then these two are next. I just have to edit that one. So we've got those, and then, of course, Mikey is next, I think, with Alfred, I want to say. So there's some loose stuff, but we've also got a bunch of boxed stuff as well. So here's the first one, the big one, bigger one. So this is the Solo Target exclusive. It's a 6-pack of 3 3/4-inch figures, and I had been eyeballing this thing for a really long time, but it was like $50 or something, right? $44.99, and I just couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to buy this, and then they started going on clearance, and then they started just disappearing one after another, and they went down to like $13. This one still has the $22 tag on it, but I got it for 13 something and change. Somebody tried and failed to hide this at a Target, and well, it's at my house now. So you've got like a Sand Trooper, a Mimban Trooper, a Patrol Trooper. You've got Han in the Mud Trooper disguise, a Mud Trooper, and then a TIE Pilot. So there's a lot of cool 3 3/4-inch stuff in this pack in particular. I wish I had another one, but that was the only one that was left. I've got a bunch of 3 3/4-inch stuff here, actually. Well, maybe more than usual. Another SUPER7 figure. We've got the glow-in-the-dark Papa Emeritus 3 from the band Ghost. I showed the first one in August's video, and I have not gotten around to any new reaction figures in a really long time. I need to do like a big, just throw them all in front of the camera and chat about them thing. There's a whole bunch that are ready and raring to be open right now. But this one glows in the dark, and it's Ghost, and I'm 100% on board for everything that they make. Even though the prices are going up, or have gone up, I'm 100% on board. We got some vintage collection figures, and there's even more buried in this pile. So we've got Lando Calrissian, so of course the Solo Lando Calrissian, and he looks pretty solid. And then we've got the Crate Battle Luke Skywalker, so the Force Projection Luke, and he looks pretty good. They've seen some really bad examples of this figure, and I am so into this look for Luke. Like, this is, I'm not going to get on my soapbox about The Last Jedi, but this is the Luke that I wanted to see in the movies, in the sequels, since, you know, the books for the Thrawn trilogy came out. So this is a big figure for me, and like when we eventually get a Black Series, that'll be a big figure for me, and the figure arts that is coming is going to be a big figure for me, because this is how I've always kind of pictured the older Luke in my head. So it's kind of cool to get this guy, even though he didn't do what I wanted him to do in the movie. It's still really cool to have him. Let's see, I'm gonna save these for last. save those for last. We've got more vintage collection. So we've got the Chewie, the new Chewie figure, which he looks pretty solid. I'm not sure that I'm going to do a review on this guy though, because he's been out for a little while, and I'm kind of behind on vintage collection figures, not from a review standpoint, just from a collecting standpoint. So I need to kind of catch back up on those. So we've got Chewie, and then we've got another, I've already showed this guy off previously, another Knight of Ren, and I didn't even review Wave 1, I went straight to Wave 2, but I found this guy at Target a few days ago, and he just sat on the pegs for a couple days. They had Wave 2 on the pegs. They didn't have Leia, so I still don't have her. Someone already got her. It was weird. I went there in the morning, they didn't have anything, and then I went back at night, and they had already put him out, and she was gone. So this sat on the pegs for 2 days, and I finally bought him again, because I want one carded for sure, because this guy probably is the best of the bunch, I think, just from a looks perspective. I want them all, but I know we're not going to get them. Let's see, more Star Wars stuff. I found this guy at a Walmart, and I did not have a white box version, and I know that I said I was not going down the route of doing boxes, but I could not leave this behind. So this makes Sith Trooper number 6. So we've got plenty of those to go around. More Star Wars. Found this guy at a Meijer. I am woefully behind on the 3 3/4 inch Solo 5-point of articulation stuff because all of that last wave never made it to retail really. So I randomly found this. This is whoever this is, somebody in a Corellian Hound. This is Rebolt, whatever that's supposed to be. I have no idea who that is. He's the guy that lets the Corellian dogs out of the cages in Solo. So we've got him. So that's the 2-pack there. Let's see, some fan channel stuff. So this is definitely, well, probably getting a review. So this is the fan channel Big Time Spider-Man. And I've actually got the older one, the one that came in the Return of Marvel Legends. He's actually been on my shelf for years. He never really moves. He can get into a great crouch, which this one can't do. So we've got this guy here. He's got that terrible web accessory that came with the House of M Spider-Man, which came from like a terrible little kid's line or something. So, I don't know. I guess I've trashed this figure already. But we will see. We will see. We've got another Star Wars figure, one that you probably have gotten already, the Clone Commander Obi-Wan. So this is the Walgreens exclusive. And, yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Obi-Wan. You can't go wrong with Clone Wars stuff. So this is right up my alley when it comes to Star Wars, is Clone Wars anything. That particular, the prequel era war stuff is always up for me. So we got that. Another Walgreens exclusive, we've got the Black Ranger with the Dragon Shield. So he was in this show with the shield for 5 minutes, so he gets a figure, of course. And, of course, this is our first Black Ranger, too. And I'm pretty happy with him to begin with. I think he looks really solid. I'm pretty happy with this one. We can get him in a shot with the Red Ranger and the Green Ranger with their shields. Have the shield boys on display there. Got another one of these. So this made Sith Trooper number 5. Of course, we've got 6 now, so this is another carbonized one. I got it from Amazon. When I got that first one, I had to get a second one, so I ordered one, and he finally came a few days ago. And what was really weird is they were shipping all those first wave of figures in those bubble mailers if you only got one. Mine was shipped in a bubble mailer. It came unscathed. This one was shipped in a box, and it is dinged on both sides. I don't really care because I'm opening him anyway, but you have to appreciate the irony on that one. Let's see, what else? Well, this certainly isn't new, but we got it, and I haven't talked about it as far as I can tell. So I've got the vintage collection. This is the SDCC set for the Luke Jedi Destiny. So you've got the Stormtrooper, the X-Wing pilot, which of course just came out again in the vintage collection, and this Jedi Luke. And these figures, they look damn good. If I've ever seen a good Luke, this is it 3 times over. So I've actually got 2 of them because I want to open one and I want to keep one sealed because why not? So we got another one of these too because I made a mistake, and I ended up with a 3rd Green Ranger and Putty set. So this is probably not an exciting one to see because I've already reviewed this and everybody has this now. But if you're in the market for just a Green Ranger, let me know and you can have one for a steal. And then of course I'm keeping that putty because, well, I need that putty. Gotta have a bunch of putties, right? Until they release a single carded one, which is all but guaranteed. And then a couple new things. So this is, I say this every time I do a haul. So this is another Dragon Ball Z Figure Arts. Well, this is Dragon Ball Super. That is going in the pile of Dragon Ball Figure Arts that I have not opened still. So Zamasu from whatever the season that he's in, the 2nd season of Dragon Ball Super. Parts of it that I have not seen, but you know, I kind of have to do them all. So this guy looks pretty solid. I'm actually pretty interested in him, despite the fact that I don't know a great deal about it. I kind of know the gist of what's going on here. I still need to watch most of the show, but he's got that monstrous big purple arm back there. So Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Super. Dragon Ball Super. Let's see. One more Star Wars figure. And this is one of the ones that I didn't get on Force Friday. So this is the carbonized second sister. And I have not done a review of this figure yet. I have not even opened one. And I've got the white box version is what I've got. White boxed and carbonized. I didn't get a black one. And she looks pretty cool. I don't know. She looks pretty cool. That's about it. She got the spinny helicopter lightsaber there. So we've got her. Got these guys, which frankly I have been just waiting and clamoring to get a hold of these. And this is specifically for an inbox thing. These are never coming out. Not a chance in hell are these ever coming out. So I've got the Japanese style box, SUPER7 Filmation, the Neo Vintage He-Man and Skeletor that come on those classic vintage Japanese Motu boxes. And these things are just beautiful. Everything about these is fantastic. Classic style artwork. All of I mean, you can just tell this screams something that was a Japanese style packaging, and it's just amazing. So I've already got these figures. I've got the Epic Battles 2-pack, and then I got the single carded releases. I did not go too far into this line because, well, of course it's dead already. And yeah, it's dead already. And then we've got, well, that's a video game. How'd that get there? That's a video game, Link's Awakening. We've got this big thing, and I swear I haven't talked about this because, well, it never made it down to the basement, so I don't see how I could have talked about it, but I've had it for a while. This is the Lego Voltron set. My wife got this for me for my birthday last month, and I asked her not to get me anything, and she came home with this instead. So here we are. I don't know when we're ever going to find time to build this, but I pretty much said from the second I saw it, I was like, I have to have that thing, and then I never bought it because I don't really know where I'm going to put it. I don't know where it's going, but yeah, it certainly looks cool. And I've watched some people build this in like a time-lapse build, and it just looks like such a fun set, so we shall see. She wants to get cracking on that soon, so we might. We'll see. Maybe like after the kid goes to bed kind of thing, because she can't get anywhere near it. And then the last things, and these are going to be the subject of the review that follows this toy haul video. We've got something that, frankly, I wasn't sure I was actually going to buy these at first. I wasn't sure that I was going to do it because SUPER7 has had to increase their prices for reaction figures. And as much as I appreciate the situation with the tariffs and all of that stuff, I'm not going to get into politics on a toy haul video, but I can appreciate the situation where they have to increase their prices because they're a small company and all of their operations are still based in China. It is a really hard pill to swallow when it comes to buying reaction figures at $18, and I just don't know how long I can keep doing that while still keeping up with the lines that I truly, truly collect, because the reaction for me is kind of it's an extra thing. They're cool, they're little, they're vintage style toys that come on awesome card backs, and it's cool to get figures on card backs, and that's a lot of why I like to buy these. But I hemmed and hawed on these when they came out, and you probably know which ones these are, but I had to get them. And we're going to see how long it takes me to go fully down the rabbit hole or not. So I may just have to relegate myself to the core stuff. But we've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reaction figures. So this is wave 1. And what's really cool about these is not just the fact that, well, they look very much like their Playmates counterparts, and they have very awesome vintage-inspired packaging just with the color choices and the style of artwork. Obviously, it's not a recreation or anything. But the cross-cell on the back gives us a shot of our Foot Soldier and Shredder that has a vinyl-style cape, which looks fantastic. He's not in that weird, goofy, crouched-over position, but he doesn't have a shirt on, so that's really awesome. And it gives us cross-cell for the other two turtles that we don't have yet. So we've got Bebop here, and we've got Rocksteady, which these guys, they look fantastic. I can't really stress how good they look. They're very faithful to the Playmates look in terms of like their palette choices and just the overall kind of look. Just Kenner-ized, really. And then we've got my favorite turtle, Leonardo, on just a beautiful card back. And again, it's not like true vintage stuff, but I really like the idea behind this. I think it looks very vintage-y. It's certainly not Playmates exactly, but you can't dispute the fact that that looks like something that you could have seen, you know, back in the late 80s. And the early 90s, and like the cross-sell, and it's got the bio card. It even tells you to cut it out, which I'm not doing that. But then the last one, we've got Raphael, which of course has like the neon green color skin there. So yeah, that's actually a lot of stuff, I suppose, really, right? And I think there's actually a little bit more that I don't really know. Oh, I had the extra set of Gremlins that you can buy anywhere. Not the Target ones, but my daughter got a hold of them, and she's hidden them somewhere. and I don't know where they are. So they are not in this video right now because she decided she needed to play with those. But yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. So I am going to be doing reviews of, again, the Turtles. They're coming next. I'm going to be filming those right after I finish this. We're going to have reviews of that Donnie and Batgirl set, the Big Time Spider-Man probably, this guy for sure, the Second Sister at some point, Obi-Wan is definitely on deck as well, and then maybe some vintage collection stuff too. And I've got plenty of other stuff that's coming as well. But I do want to know if anybody's interested in what I had mentioned previously with doing videos where it's not just a singular review, but it's like, you know, if I had a bunch of stuff, like if I had like a handful of toys that I didn't really want to do full reviews on, but I still wanted to talk about them, would you be interested in watching it? Kind of like little quickie mini reviews for each one. So stuff that's maybe not necessarily related to each other, but do them all at once and have kind of like a play day thing. So yeah, that's it. That's what I've got right now. And I'm sure by the time this video is up, I will already have more stuff on the way. I've got the Jean Grey 3-pack. It's already shipped, so we will have a review for that really soon. But yeah, that's it. That's a bunch of stuff. This video's gone on a lot longer than I expected it to. And let me know what you guys have gotten recently. Let me know what you think down below about any of this stuff. What's cool, what's not, and I'll catch you next time.